right, you guys ready to survive Mars tutorial part 5 of 5? Well, we're about to get started.
Welcome back, Commander. In this tutorial, you will manage a larger colony that consists of multiple domes. Shuttles can transport resources and colonists across great distances.
Well, here I go building stuff again in places that I probably should have thought better of it. One main thing that I want to say is you will always need resources, so you can constantly send your little guy out to go farm resources and whatnot. The other thing is that when you're building something that requires power, I don't know, maybe use some common sense that I was lacking and build the thing that you needed on a power source so you don't have to build more power lines. It just, common sense would tell you that. But again, alas, I didn't know any better and I built it off into left field and then had to supply it with power, and that was more work for my little drones and more resources wasted for power lines that were very excruciatingly unnecessary. So don't be a moron like me. Don't put it out in left field. You could have put it anywhere you wanted on that power line. I mean, there's plenty of space there next to that solar panel for you to stick it, dumbass, but you didn't, so whatever. So yeah, I figured I'd pop in real quick and talk about that here. I'm gonna speed this up. This section should be sped up ×2.
Now that we have operational shuttles, it's time to establish a mining dome.
Alright, building like specialty things like this. If you look, there's a money symbol on the ground. You can build your extractors directly on top of it, or you can build 2 or 3 near it. As long as it's close enough to that, you can build more than 1 in that spot. But again, when you're first starting out, build 1, leave room to build more if you want. The more buildings you have there, the more workers it's going to need, the more residents you're going to need in your building in order to work those. Because these are vicinity based. If you look, wherever your housing is going to be close to that is who's going to work in that building. So also knowing your work shifts and things like that will also be it'll be one of those things. So keep that in mind when building buildings. They need to be within there's a dome, like hexagon shape, that shows you how far out you can go and that kind of thing. So keep that in mind.
There are no colonists in the mining dome. We must provide living space for the colonists so they can move there. Don't forget to provide basic services for the citizens of your new dome.
For each dome, you're going to need something like a grocery or a diner to feed them. You're going to need living spaces and then somewhere for them to kick their feet up, either like the space bar or the casino. Depending on what residents live in the dome, depend on what you're going to need in the dome for them to, you know, have a thriving existence. And you can click on the dome itself and it'll tell you like how happy your people are and whatnot. So you can always keep an eye on that to see what their satisfaction level is like, because of the fact that it gives you like a brief overview, and you can click on each individual person and also see more detailed information about what they prefer and what they want in a living facility.
You can set up filters for every dome to attract colonists with desired traits, and block or push out colonists with undesired ones. Being near a rare metals deposit, this dome is best suited as a mining hub, so it's best to encourage geologists to migrate here. This dome has been designated for research purposes, so it's best to attract more colonists with the scientist specialization. Colonists can migrate between domes using shuttles or walking when they are positioned close to one another. However, they cannot usually visit buildings in nearby domes on a daily basis unless they are connected to their own dome.
In previous tutorials, I have talked about, putting pathways between the two domes and whatnot. You also have to make sure that your domes are not too close together, because when you build that passageway from one dome to the other, it basically blocks traffic between them. So in order to be able to move resources back and forth in an area, but also allow your residents to walk back and forth in an area, you can build what is called a passageway, like build over things, so that your little RC trucks and your little guys can run back and forth over a passageway to get over the tunnel system that you build for your people to go back and forth. So where I put that was, a little bit too close to the other one. It was a little bit closer than what was recommended by the game, so I should have built it a little further out. But again, it's one of those things that you learn as you're playing. Try not to make the same mistakes that I did, is basically what I'm saying. But yeah, if I had gone back a little bit further, I would have had more space to put a passageway between the domes and built a little road to go over it so that my little guys could go back and forth with no problem.
Construct 2 farms in the new dome. They will be used as workplaces for the colonists in the old dome once the domes are connected. Domes positioned closely to each other may be connected with passages. Good job. Some buildings can have upgrades that can improve them in various ways.
Crop failure reported.
Well, now we get to wait and hurry up and wait and wait until that research is done for the building upgrade. When you're working with your hydroponics farm, if you look, there's 3 little slots there for picking like resources that you can build and whatnot between the 3 different major crops. You can select all 3 of those. Just put one and then go to the next slot down and pick another, and then the 3rd slot down, pick the 3rd. It just gives your people variety, and they take different times to make and whatnot. So that's usually what I do on that. But yeah, see, just waiting on research time. Are we done yet? How about now? Is it done? Anyways, so waiting on the research before we can upgrade certain things, and yeah, we're getting towards the end of it. So as long as your people are fed and they're happy, you're good.
Congratulations! With the research complete, a new upgrade for your extractors is now available. It is not automatically activated in your buildings. You must construct it first. Nice work. The upgrade has been constructed. The command center is a treasure trove of information about the colony. Congratulations, Commander. You have graduated from the International Mars Mission Training Simulation.
Well, if you guys made it this far, then let me know what you think. This is the end of tutorial 5 out of 5. So what do you think? You like the game? Would you be interested in playing the game? I will make sure to leave it linked in the description box down below. It is an affiliated link through the Epic Game Store. You should be able to find it on there. This game is really kind of contagious. It's like Space Engineers. It's very time consuming, and you get like sucked into playing it, and next thing you know, like 5 hours has gone by and you're like, whoa, I didn't mean to play that long. So this is for me, it's a fun game. If you like self-sufficient like builder games, this game does have some questing that you can do in it, or like goals that you need to reach in order to play the game. Unlike with like Space Engineers, it's kind of just like a free-for-all, whatever the hell you want to do when you want to do it kind of thing. It's not a sandbox. Well, it's kind of like a sandbox game. So if you like space type games and you like to be able to do what you want to do and build how you want to build, these are just helpful guidelines and what works the best. And I got a rocket that needs to be pulled. So this is gameplay from like other gameplay that I did. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in another video. Have a fantastic day or night wherever you are. Bye.